shines. Every day is. Everybody knows it. I love Paul.
Annette Funicello, one of Disney's most cherished stars, captured the hearts of millions from her early days as a talented little girl in the Mickey Mouse Club to becoming the queen of 60s beach movies. With her unforgettable charm and radiant presence, Annette left a lasting impact on the entertainment world. But behind the sparkling image of fame were untold stories filled with sacrifice, illness, and emotional moments that marked her life. In this video, we delve into those hidden chapters of Annette's journey and share rare, iconic photos that celebrate her legacy. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to support us in continuing to bring you these untold stories.
Down and the sky is all black, and the coffee is cold in your cup.
Annette never imagined herself as a star. Born a quiet girl, she studied music and dance at her parents' request to become more sociable, not knowing that these skills would change her life forever. In 1955, at just 12 years old, Annette's fate took a sharp turn. She performed as the Swan Queen in a ballet at a show in Burbank, California, catching the eye of none other than Walt Disney himself. He was scouting for the final member of the Mickey Mouse Club, and upon seeing Annette's talent, he immediately contacted her family. Disney offered her a 7-year contract with a salary of $160 a week, a substantial sum at the time. Remarkably, Annette was the only member chosen personally by Walt Disney. Her career at Disney skyrocketed. With her unique charm and dedication, Annette quickly won the hearts of audiences and became one of the most prominent faces in the Disney universe. However, Annette's life wasn't just filled with glamour and fame. During her time at Disney, she developed feelings for her co-star, Alani Burr. Unfortunately, the relationship didn't last, and Annette experienced the bittersweet sting of her first heartbreak, marking a difficult yet memorable chapter in her young life. Annette's star continued to rise after the Mickey Mouse Club wrapped its first season. She became the most popular Mouseketeer, receiving the most fan mail among her peers. Her success extended beyond the show, as she appeared in other beloved Disney projects like Adventures in Dairyland and Spin and Marty. As she grew, her roles continued to multiply, with one of her most notable appearances being in the role of Anita Cababrio in Disney's Zorro series. Yet, despite her growing fame, Annette's career wasn't without its struggles. She soon realized that her salary was not commensurate with her increasing popularity and contributions. When she signed a contract for $325 a week, she did so without a lawyer, something that would later cause her great dissatisfaction. Feeling taken advantage of, Annette decided to take a stand and sue Disney, but the court rejected her case, forcing her to continue working under the unfavorable contract. This pivotal moment in Annette's career highlighted the harsh realities behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, adding yet another layer to her complex story. As we look back at her life, Annette Funicello's journey is far more than just that of a beloved Disney star. It's a story of talent, resilience, heartbreak, and the struggle for fairness in an industry that often demanded more than it gave. Her legacy is a testament to her unwavering spirit, and these rare moments remind us why she will always be remembered as one of Disney's most enduring icons. As Annette Funicello's career soared, so did the tensions between her and Disney. Despite their disagreements, she maintained a close relationship with Walt Disney himself. He was a guiding figure in her life, advising her against changing her name to Annette Turner for fear that the audience might forget her. He also urged her to preserve her image, even going so far as to recommend that she avoid exposing her navel in the beach movies that were becoming so popular. Though her contract with Disney eventually came to an end, their bond remained strong, and Walt continued to offer his advice. After leaving Disney, Annette moved on to American International Pictures, where she became a star in a series of iconic beach movies. Her partnership with Frankie Avalon quickly became one of the most beloved on-screen duos of the 1960s, with their first film, Beach Party, 1963, becoming a box office hit. This success marked the beginning of a new chapter in her career, leading to a 7-year contract with the studio and a deep, lasting impression on her fans. Yet, As the years went by and the beach movie genre began to fade, Annette found herself at a crossroads. Should she continue accepting roles in low-budget films, or should she step back and focus on her personal life? Ultimately, she chose the latter. This decision marked a turning point in Annette's life. By stepping away from the spotlight, she gradually faded from the public eye, and the once constant presence of Annette Funicello on movie screens began to disappear. While this sacrifice may have been difficult, Annette had no regrets. Her decision to prioritize her family over her career allowed her to find peace in her personal life, even if it meant stepping back from the fame she had worked so hard to build. In 1965, Annette married director Jack L. Gallardi, and together they had 3 children, Gina Portman, Jack Jr., and Jason. Their marriage lasted for 16 years, but like many in the entertainment industry, it wasn't immune to struggles. In 1981, Annette filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Though she never publicly shared the reasons behind the split, many believed that the pressures of her career had taken a toll on their relationship. After the end of her first marriage, Annette found love again with Glenn D. Hole, a horse breeder who was far removed from the entertainment world. They married in 1986 and shared 26 years of happiness together. While they didn't have children together, their love for each other remained steadfast until Annette's death in 2013. Though Annette sacrificed much of her career for this love, she found joy in the quiet moments she shared with Glenn. Unfortunately, she didn't have as much time as she would have liked to fully enjoy the life she had chosen, but her decision to prioritize love and family over fame remains a testament to her strength and grace. Annette Funicello's journey was filled with triumphs, sacrifices, and the unwavering pursuit of a fulfilling personal life. From the glitz and glamour of Hollywood to the quiet moments of love and family, her story is one of balancing fame with the simple joys of life, a narrative that continues to inspire those who remember her legacy. Despite the glitz and glamour of her career, Annette Funicello was grateful that she was able to avoid many of the scandalous relationships often associated with the entertainment industry. Yet, her life wasn't without its challenges. Before her death, she faced numerous tragic events that threatened to shorten her time on Earth, but each time, Annette was fortunate enough to escape. One of the most harrowing moments came in March 2011, when her Los Angeles home was engulfed in flames while she and her family slept. The fire was so fierce that firefighters had to act quickly to contain it. Annette inhaled a significant amount of smoke, but miraculously, she was not seriously injured. She was rushed to the hospital for a thorough examination, and despite the terrifying experience, she made it through unharmed. Following this frightening ordeal, Annette and her husband, Glenn, decided to leave the chaos of the city behind. They moved to a small farm in Southern California, property they had purchased decades earlier. It was there, in the tranquility of the countryside, that Annette would spend her final years, far from the spotlight that had once consumed her. While her life was full of triumphs and love, there were also moments of what might have been. One such moment was tied to an ambitious project by Disney, The World of Oz. Walt Disney had plans to adapt L. Frank Baum's iconic series into a film, with Annette in the role of Princess Ozma and Darlene Gillespie as Dorothy. Unfortunately, before Disney could get the rights to the adaptation, another studio swooped in, securing the project for themselves. Despite Disney's efforts to regain the rights, they ultimately conceded defeat. Instead, they shifted their focus to Babes in Toyland, which turned out to be Annette's favorite film of her career. Annette's talents weren't confined to the silver screen. Unexpectedly, she found herself entering the world of music, all thanks to the love and enthusiasm of her fans. It began with a performance of How Will I Know on television, which captivated audiences and sparked a flood of letters requesting that Disney release the song as a single. Recognizing the immense public interest, Disney decided to turn Annette into a legitimate recording artist. She teamed up with the Sherman Brothers to record a number of songs, with Tall Paul becoming the breakout hit. The single soared to number 7 on the charts in 1959. not only confirming Annette's musical talent but also marking a milestone in rock and roll history as the first single by a female singer to land in the top 10. Annette's music career was undeniably successful, but like so many aspects of her life, it was tinged with the bittersweet realization that her true desires and dreams had always been more than just fame and success. Despite the struggles and sacrifices, Annette never wavered in her passion for the arts, and her legacy continues to inspire both those who remember her for her acting and those who were touched by her music. Annette Funicello, despite her immense fame and success, never truly embraced the world of music. In an honest interview, she admitted that she despised the recording process. The repetitive nature of recording songs over and over, combined with the echo effect, made her feel confined and uncomfortable. Her passion for acting had led her to Hollywood, but when her acting career didn't soar as she had hoped, she turned to music. Unfortunately, her return to music wasn't as successful as she had envisioned. In 1989, Annette joined forces with fellow Disney star Frankie Avalon for a nostalgic tour, recreating their iconic hits from the 1960s. But during this period, Annette began to show signs of the serious illness that would ultimately take her life. While the world saw her as a star, her personal life had its share of ups and downs. At a young age, she experienced a sweet yet tumultuous love affair with musician Paul Anka. Desiring to keep their relationship private, Annette unintentionally became the inspiration behind one of Anka's most famous songs, Puppy Love. At just 17 years old, Annette stood on the brink of a promising career, but the pressures of fame and love forced her to make a choice, and she ultimately put her career first. But the greatest challenge Annette would face in her life wasn't the public spotlight or unfulfilled love affairs, it was her battle with a devastating disease. In the late 1980s, Annette was diagnosed with a life-changing illness. Rather than letting this disease defeat her, Annette faced it head-on with extraordinary optimism. She created a charity to support others in similar situations and worked closely with doctors to advance research into treatments. For a time, she kept her diagnosis a secret, but as her mobility became increasingly impaired, rumors began to spread. Wanting to clear the air, in 1992, Annette bravely went public with her condition. As the disease slowly ravaged her body, Annette continued to fight, determined to live life to its fullest. She cherished every moment with her family, always striving to make the most of each day. Her husband, Glenn Hole, was a pillar of strength, never losing hope and standing by her side through every trial. Even though the chances of recovery were slim, they fought together. Through her painful journey, Annette became not only a symbol of talent but also an embodiment of courage and resilience, inspiring countless individuals who were facing their own battles. Before her passing, a video of Annette was released where she tried to communicate and move despite her frail condition. Though her body had changed, her mind remained sharp, and the video touched millions. It was a testament to her unwavering spirit, and fans from all over the world rallied to show their support and sympathy. After more than 2 decades of relentless fighting, Annette Funicello passed away in April 2013 at the age of 70. Her passing left a deep sorrow in the hearts of her family, friends, and fans. But the legacy she left behind is priceless. Annette will always be remembered not just as a Disney icon, but as a woman of extraordinary strength, grace, and determination. Her kindness and unbreakable spirit serve as a shining example, reminding us all that no matter how difficult life may get, we can face it with optimism and resolve. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found the story moving and inspiring, please leave a like to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video.